breaking news about the Jay-Z and Tony Busby saga, okay? Just being reported today, judge dismisses Jay-Z's extortion and defamation.
Okay, it's working. It's on a bit of a delay. But it's working. Okay. The sounds of the birds. The sounds of the birds on the video and in real life, it's like it's cool sounding. Okay, yay, it's working. My YouTube is glitching though. We got dust on our Bibles. Wondering why we feel this way.
But I have some major breaking news about the J.
Hello. Hi. Yes. Yes. It's the TSP substitute, right? Not the liquid sandpaper. Yeah. Yeah, I like that stuff way better. I'm scared of it a little bit. Okay, I'm just scared of the TSP, a little bit of the powder. That's why I like that substitute so much, because it's already like the correct concentration. Okie dokie, and there was something else. You have the list I sent you the other day, right? Okay, all right. Yay! I'll see you in a little bit. I just got here like 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna find some brushes. I'm gonna try and paint the cleats in the closet or something like that. Figure something out to do. Okay, bye. Yay!
Tony Busby saga, okay? Just being reported today, judge dismisses Jay-Z's extortion and defamation lawsuit against Tony Busby. So you remember how Jay-Z was like all out here acting like, we're gonna sue him for extortion and we're gonna sue him for defamation too, and he's gonna learn not to well, he didn't learn, because the judge has dismissed the lawsuit. This is being reported by Rolling Stone. Girl, it is loud out here. Let me move y'all closer. It's being reported by Rolling Stone that a judge has dismissed the lawsuit. A California judge reversed course again Monday and fully dismissed Jay-Z's extortion and defamation case against Texas lawyer Tony Busby. In a 65-page ruling, L.A. County Judge Mark Epstein, girl, isn't that Jeffrey Epstein's brother's name, said he was not wholly satisfied with his decision, but he tried to balance the competing interests at play, and he would wait for the Court of Appeal to step in to determine whether he was right or wrong. He ended his ruling with the phrase, "Stay tuned." Girl, he knows. Okay. Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, had sued Busby last year with claims that the high-profile Houston attorney, that's Busby, knew that he was peddling lies when he filed a lawsuit accusing Jay-Z of actually doing, what he did or alleged to have done to this Jane Doe, who at the time was 13 years old whenever it allegedly happened. But Jay-Z said that never happened and it was just fake. And Tony Busby knew that it was fake. So he sued him. So Jay-Z sued him for defamation, extortion, and all of that.
It's a sound.
Also, he was a co-defendant alongside Diddy. Remember, it was just a lawsuit against Diddy, and then it was like, celebrity 1, celebrity A, B, celebrity B, all that, celebrity B, and then they tried to blame me for saying celebrity B was J-Lo, even though other YouTubers were saying it a week before me, and I never actually said it was for sure her or whatever. So, yeah, that whole story, that whole side of that lawsuit is still going on, not against Jay-Z, it's been dropped. But now Jay-Z had turned around and sued that. Also now has not been dropped, like voluntarily, but the judge has dismissed it, and he very well knows it's going to get appealed. So he's like, we'll see what the appeals court says, because one way or the other, I already know that Jay-Z's going to appeal.
I'm on my tablet, streaming.
Busby. So Jay-Z claims that Tony
I just did it
Busby
sideways
sent him
so that it can
demand
see the
letters
whole
last year in
picture.
November to squeeze
Because it's
in
like,
more money.
I don't have to
And he
move
says
it as
weeks
much.
Later, Busby named him as a co-defendant
You can see the whole
as
room.
celebrity A or whatever in the Diddy lawsuit against Diddy, because
makes
he
life
refused
easier.
to pay a settlement. And so Jay-Z is saying that is extortion. Pay up, or else I'm going to put these lies in a lawsuit. That's Jay-Z's side. Okay. The judge said in his decision to dismiss Jay-Z's lawsuit against Tony Busby, quote, there is no demand for a particular sum of money, although that is not enough to protect the letters. The real problem for Jay-Z, the judge said, is that the mediation request is about the abuse allegations, and that underpins.
Oh, I'm going to stream on Twitch also, like every now and again. So go add me on Twitch. Also, guys, yeah, it's sideways. It's horizontal format. So this is just my tablet, like normal. I'll usually stream on this or this, but I have it oriented sideways. Horizontal orientation. Anyways, guys, go add my second TikTok account. I know Gio already did, but it's all one word, lean into the cringe. There's a bunch of fake accounts, so make sure that you have the correct one. I think I have like 186 followers on that account. If I can get 500 followers, I can live stream. So you should help me get to 500 so that I can live stream. All 7 of you. 6, not counting Gio.
It's a potential civil case, nothing else. There are no extraneous allegations as to publicizing other unrelated, unsavory things, because Jay-Z was like, he told me if I didn't pay up, right, through his lawyers or whatever, right, if I didn't pay him and do this mediation, then he was going to go and release all these salacious lies about me in the media. But that, the judge is saying that is not what was said in the letter. The only thing that was said in the letter was a typical, ordinary, average, let's mediate so we don't have to go to court. There were no promises. Also, the judge based his decision on another reason, that there were no promises by Busby to refrain from going to law enforcement if Jay-Z agreed to mediate and settle. He said, hey, I'm live. Hiding, well, a little, I'm just hiding from the people. You want to say hey? Hi. Having a love BJ investigates the surprise witness. What's your name?
Mallory.
Mallory's out here, y'all.
I'm good because you ain't sitting there giving us the notes. There's no notes to give.
I know. I think something did just happen. I'm going to have to go live again or just read it after this. They are doing notes. Can you get in there?
You can get in there. Have you been in there?
I went yesterday, but they put me at the overflow room.
Oh, no, you can't get in there. If you don't come in at Tisa time, well, Tisa's got it in there.
I know. She's got a whole system.
She got a whole system.
I
It's
know.
only her.
Oh, really?
It's only her.
That's interesting. I need to figure it out. I should have came earlier.
Come earlier or come earlier, and in that moment, you're in.
What time is earlier?
Early for here?
Yeah.
It's like between 3 and 4 o'clock.
Okay, so let me ask you.
She used to be here that time. She had somebody.
A line sitter. So if you get a spot in the morning, like, can you come out and they let you go back in your spot? I'm gonna try to do that.
Then you don't have to stay there.
I'm reading about Tony Busby and Jay-Z lawsuit.
Okay, you will understand this more than anything because
1 second, y'all.
it's your fault that I'm thinking this way.
It's my fault.
It's your fault. And it was watching your show.
Which
So,
thing?
my goodness, you said something, and I'm like, did this go over her head?
Me?
She not just realized she just. So you interviewed.
Stuff goes over my head all day.
When you interviewed the morning.
Demore. Mm-hmm.
Interviewed her.
Yeah.
Did you not? Because we were trying to figure out how did they get him in here without a 911 call, without anything prior. They just walked into his house. Where did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, do you not see how these two things are associated?
No, it was still going over my head right now.
The more I said in her thing, there was just some little piece where she was like, oh well, she has pull with Homeland Security, right?
Desiree has pull with Homeland
And
Security.
I'm like, okay, so how is it impossible that with her she didn't pull this off?
Okay.
Because nothing.
So you're saying like she's probably like, in with the feds, Desiree.
I think that there's no in with the feds. There's no reason why he's here. That's what the defense is saying. They're not defending it. It should have been here.
Okay.
When these things happen.
Uh-huh.
But today there's no reason.
Okay.
What woke them up, right?
Right.
And then here comes the Moray saying, my mother has all this power. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like the competition thing.
How she got Homeland Security to come after them is the same way she got them to come after Diddy.
I never would have put that together, Mallory.
You did it.
I never.
You did it. You put it together by having her on.
Having her on.
And then I'm sitting there like, you didn't miss this, or she.
I did. I missed it.
And I'm sitting there waiting.
Because the whole time I'm doing stuff, I'm also thinking, like, I don't want Alex Spiro down my throat. I don't want him sending me a...
Everybody's been talking. JC did this. Why hasn't JC come out? Why did JC say he's not my friend? Why did right?
He's trying to...
Right. But then, I'm like, okay, all that, but then, how did he end up in this problem? We could see our belly because things were happening at the time.
Right.
The girl that was missing, her parents were putting charges on him. They were calling the police all the time. But this one doesn't happen. This one has nothing prior. It's just they went.
It is interesting. And look, listen, I don't think Diddy's the only person doing any of this stuff. Like, even some of it, like, if it's illegal, if it's not, that's for the jury to decide. But, like, other people are having these freak-offs, and no, they're not getting in trouble. And it does send a weird message. Like, why is it only Diddy?
I don't want, because of everything that you talk about, and it's your fault.
It's my fault, y'all. Everything is...
I'm blaming you.
Everything's my fault.
Talk about it. If you think about everything that's happening with
Thanks, Obama.
that's another. It seems like it's another door to the thing that's happening to Wendy, to the thing that's happening to Britney. It's another door for them to walk in and say, "We got all your money.
We taking everything."
Yeah, I don't.
Because if he gets charged, convicted with the RICO, from what I understand, they can take all of his assets.
Not only that, we get blamed.
Who? The people.
The people get messed up. So it's like, wait a minute.
I see what you mean. I've always strongly maintained I want Diddy and everybody to have a fair trial. Because if they can do anything to anybody in here, including Diddy, they can do it to you and your mom and me and you and...
use them to get us. Like, it's like, okay.
You're right. They do. They popularize a certain type of thing, like a conservatorship. I agree.
And all of a sudden, they're in your house for no reason.
I do agree with that.
And then that happens. So, I'm not saying your fault like it's a bad
I know what you mean. You were just kidding.
You did a good job.
It's true. I do agree with you on that. I do. All right, I'm going to get back to my life. I'll be around here, though.
Yeah, Jay.
Okay, y'all. Okay, back to what we're doing. Okay. You know, I told you, I don't think that, she was like, are you still hiding from us?
Yeah.
No,
She got into
kind
a
of.
fist fight
No,
with
not
Brad
really.
at
Okay,
the
definitely
restaurant.
not her. She was super sweet. Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. What did it happen? It gave you a crown and number 1. Did you gift me something or something? What does that mean? Oh, maybe because you're like my most, like, I guess you consider like most loyal viewer. I think that you are always here and you always engage and you always chat. So I think that maybe you get rewarded. I keep looking up here to look at the camera to make eye contact with you. I forget the camera is there because it's on its side. So if you see me looking there, I'm trying to make eye contact with you. Yeah, you are, for sure. Dude, the what you call it does not show my videos to anybody. I'm doing it again. The shit does not show my videos to anybody. If you get notified that I'm going live, it's because you engage with my content enough that the algorithm is like, oh, I should probably notify them. But it's like only like 4 or 5 people, you know? My content isn't like, I'm not doing anything to like catch the mainstream's eye. And I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and do some kind of fucking to try to get views, you know? If people wanna watch my videos, I'm doing it again. It's a bad habit. It's like a habit to right there. That's crazy. I never realized like how habitual that was. But anyway, so yeah, I don't really give a shit about attracting viewership, but I'm pretty like I'm 100% like without a doubt. We all watched it happen in real time. Barefoot knows exactly what I'm talking about because she watched it in real time and we discussed it at the time and since. But literally on August 1st of 2024, well, the night before, in the end of July, July 30th, right? Is it the 30th or 31st? I don't remember how many days in this month, last month, or in this month. But so it was like July 30th, July 31st, whatever. There were 600 people in my chat, literally. And I had been getting like 2,400 people in my chat at some points. I was at Josh's house recently, and I literally, it was the day that it was like the day I woke up. I literally, on August 1st, I woke up and there was 20 people or 30 people in my chat. And I was like, what the fuck? It used to do that. It would do that same thing and it would only show my videos to like a couple of people if I did this sideways orientation. And that's why I was just like, I'll just never do that orientation. Like, oh, well, I guess I just can't enjoy a wide view. Because I guess that for whatever reason, it puts it in a different feed or something. I don't know. But anyway, so literally on August 1st of 2024, I woke up and I was shadow banned. Like, it's like, there's just no, like, I was getting consistently every single day up until that day, hundreds, minimum of like 150 to 200 people in my chat. That was how it was like, that was like my minimum. And then all of a sudden I had 30 people. I think it was like 32. And literally every single day it would be the same exact number of like 32. I can't remember 32 or 36 or something like that, but it was a number that it was the same. It was always the same amount of people in my chat. It was just weird. And I was like, well, this is like very, like, it started making me think to myself, like, how many of the people, like the hundreds of people that were watching my live was actually just like bot action. And it wasn't, because I know for 100% without a shadow of doubt that Bigo does that. When you start on Bigo, there are literal bots in your chat that will, what's your favorite dance? Like, da-da-da-da. It asks you questions and it tries to, you know, it makes you feel like you're live streaming to somebody before you actually are. And eventually over time, then you'll build up actual numbers. But it showed 100, there was like 152 people in my chat on Bigo. And from day one, the first day that I ever started, and literally 90% of those were bots. They weren't real. It's not even a joke, like without a shadow of doubt. And now I think it's common knowledge now. Everyone on Bigo knows that there are bots in your chat when you first start. But and probably always, honestly. But so it started making my wheels turn, and I was just like, huh, dude, like I wonder if, that's just really weird. I wonder like if there's bots like that on YouTube, like if YouTube does the same thing. Because it was just very bizarre. I've never, I was just confused. And so yeah, it never went back up ever since then. And I'm perfectly fine with it. So I tried to say this like a lot when like the retards would be on my ass about like, oh, you just say you like drama because it gets you more views or whatever. No, I don't. I literally am gonna do this. It doesn't matter if there's 2 people in here. It doesn't matter if there's 200 people in here. I'm literally gonna do just what I'm doing. Like, this is my life, and you can either watch it or you don't have to. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care about becoming famous. Like, it made me uncomfortable when I was getting recognized in public like that. I don't like that. I don't have a security guard. I don't have millions of dollars for lawyers and things like that. You know what I mean? So like the last thing I want to do is have to deal with that kind of, I don't want to be famous at all. I like my quiet little nobody life. But I also like engaging. And I think that since I was a child, like I've always had like a little bit of an exhibitionist thing, and not in a sexual way at all. Like I just like to live out loud. I don't know why. I don't know. And this is like the best method of socialization. Like I'm in full control over it. So like it doesn't make me anxious, and it doesn't like, I'm setting myself up for success in a way. Also pandering to myself, which can be counterproductive but I go out into the real world. I engage with other people and stuff. But anyway, so I think that it gives me more control, and then I can decide, okay, well, I don't want to do this. I can just turn it off and go away, instead of having to like, excuse myself from your house, or like if I get a little stoned and I get a little anxious, I don't have to be like, I need to go home. Like I can just be like, all right, guys, well, I'm gonna see you later. Bye. I have no idea when you first started following me. It was like a year ago, just under a year, maybe, I don't know. It was right around the time when everything was going down. Did you see me when I was at Josh's house, when I was living at Josh's house with Orly? That was exactly 1 year ago. Like from right now. Yeah. Dude, I really hope he gets the right rollers. But yeah, it was really bizarre. And I think, honestly, it has something to do with all of the apps being tied together. I think that because as soon as I was banned from going live on TikTok, which was like almost was it a year ago or 2 years ago? I don't know. But so since I was banned on TikTok from going live, my views stopped growing on TikTok, and they just plateaued and then started going down. And I was losing like 600 followers a month, but like it wasn't like, it was just accounts that were like fake account. It was just, I had a lot of followers. I almost hit 200,000, or maybe I did. I don't remember. I don't really remember. I don't know how many followers I have right now. I think I have like 197,000 right now on TikTok. But as soon as I stopped going live on TikTok, my viewership stopped increasing, and that's how it went then slowly over time across all the platforms. So I'm wondering if your ability to, like, the push that the algorithm gives you or whatever, I'm wondering if it's tied in, like if they can see, on the back end, and if you're like and or whatever on one app, if it like trickles out in other places. I don't know. The more I think about it, the less sense it makes, but still, like, I don't know. But we'll see, because, dude, you guys, oh my God, I have to tell you. So I was, last night I was on TikTok, like just going through like the back end, and I was like, oh wait, what's this? And it's a fucking whole, it's like, okay, so with TikTok monetization, there's the TikTok creator fund, and then there's TikTok shop affiliate. And there are two accounts that hold money. And so I never make money on TikTok, the creator fund. Like, I haven't made $1 on the TikTok creator fund since October of 2024. And I think that was 11 cents that I made that month or that period or something like that. So I didn't even get paid out, because you can't get paid out unless it's $10. It has to be $10 or over for you to receive any money from TikTok. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I just never check it. I kind of forgot that it existed, honestly. But then I did that video of the massager that went viral on TikTok, and it has like 4 million, maybe 5 million views at this point, the massager video. And so I was engaging with my TikTok shop account frequently, because I was, using the money to like go take Elliot places or whatever. And a couple of times I was like broke and stressing out, and like I wasn't gonna get paid from any of my jobs, or I was like waiting for a check to clear or whatever the case was, like 2 weeks ago. And I was able to just like send myself a couple of bucks. It did take a couple days to come to me, but it happened to land in my account like right at a critical moment when I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to count change now for gas. But anyway, so I decided last night that I was like, oh, well, that massager video is done pretty well. And ever since that massager video, I've made I've had a couple of my videos do really well, and like really well in the sense that like I got over 10,000 views. I got like, I got 100,000. I don't know how many views my Maura Murray video got. But anyway, that video did well. And then there was a couple of other videos that are just me talking that you offend someone and they're gonna let you know. So I got another video that did like 10 or 11,000 views, and then another one that did like 8,000. And then like my videos of me talking shit in my car on my way to work do really well. So, because I guess I have controversial opinions or whatever in the morning. Not all of them are doing great. They all are averaging about 500 views per whatever. Like, like their minimum is usually about 500 views, but they're all doing pretty good. Or I'm having a few videos. So anyways, I decided that I was gonna check on that account. Also, another thing I wanna add is I had a video my dreadlock henna video that got like 16 million views. I only made $500 off of that video through the creator fund. And so I have like, oh, well, they don't pay shit anyway. So like, what do I care? So Brad's here. Brad's gonna pull up in a second. I can hear him, I think. Maybe that's wind in the trees. I don't know. But anyway, so I didn't make like as much as I thought off of a video that got so many views. And so I just don't check that account. Anyway, last night I decided, because all those other videos did really well, that I was just gonna check the account just for shits and grins and like just see, dude, there are hundreds of dollars in that account, multiple hundreds of dollars. So I immediately texted Josh. It was like 12:30 last night. I told Josh, I was like, we're going on another trip. I'm taking Elliot and you out of town. We're gonna go do something again. So sometime around the middle of July, we're going on a trip. We're gonna go somewhere. We're gonna do something fun. And I wanna figure out what to do. But actually I think that Elliot and Josh may be flying to Florida. So maybe when they get back, then I'll do that. When they get back from Florida, then we'll go on a trip. But yeah, pretty excited. I couldn't believe it, dude. I could not believe, like, and that is just from the middle of, it was from the middle of June 15th to June 30th. So in 2 weeks. What? That's pretty cool. Oh, I have my phone. I forgot I'm not live streaming on my phone, so I can actually give you stats. One has 4,200. One has 1,700. One has 1,000. One has 6,800. One has 13,600. One has one has 1,100. One has 1,800. One has 1,500. One has 1,000. One has 1,300. One has 17,000. Oh shit, my Maura Murray video hit 1 million. It's got 1.1 million views. I only thought there was a couple 100,000 on that. I didn't even know. Then another one has 1,400, 1,600, 1,300, 1,100, 28,000, 17,000, 2,700, 1,500, 1,200, 1,700, 1,400. And I think I'm going back too far now. Yeah, I'm in May. But yeah, so like my videos are doing okay. And like, so I'm actually like, dude, if I could make that amount of money in 2 weeks on TikTok, what? That would be so cool. I'm so happy. I'm like really happy because like, dude, the one thing that I was really upset about last year and the year before when I was stuck on that property by myself and like so overwhelmed and just so stressed out and obviously just like a fucking wreck. Like I couldn't even do basic parenting. I couldn't fucking feed myself. I was malnourished. I was constantly dehydrated. I was in and out of the fucking doctors dealing with stuff, and Elliot stressed me out, and the cat stressed me out, and my dog stressed me out, and the chicken stressed me out, and Roxanne was fucking harassing me, and then the fucking internet was harassing me. Dude, just life was fucking kicking my ass. But you know, the one thing that I like really, really, really wanted that I just couldn't, I was like, it's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. Was my ability to support myself and dude, it's literally taken me so long to regain my independence after basically handing it over to Roxanne. In 2021, in order for her to join me and for me to be able to give her half of the property, like I had to move in with her in her little area so that we could be together when all of the stuff went down, like all the paperwork stuff. And so that was the day that I handed over my independence, because I had a bus that was my full-time house and my daily driver. So I didn't have a car. I didn't have the internet out there. I literally had to decide whether that was when I had to like decide if I was retiring from dread work, because I fell off the face of the earth for 3 months. I had no internet reception. It was right around the time I started. I started TikTok before that. It was just after I started my TikTok that all this happened. And I remember I actually posted on TikTok, dude, it was crazy. I posted on TikTok right after I manifested my bus, before I even moved into it. Like I was still in my van when I recorded the video. I just saw it this morning. But I was talking about manifestation and how I manifested that bus. It was like one of the first couple of TikTok videos that I ever made. But anyway, so I had to hand over my independence because I had the bus and I was in on this property where I couldn't, it was a hill that was like this. I could not drive my bus in and out of there every day. So I had made an arrangement with Roxanne that was, listen, in order for me to move in with you and for you to move and take ownership of half of this property that we're getting, I have to have a car and cell service, you know what I mean? I have to have access to these things. And she said that I could use her van to go to the grocery store and that we'd go together and stuff like that. She said that I could use her phone whenever I wanted it. But after a month of that, she started getting resentful for some reason. Like I was some kind of bum. We had a whole agreement that I was putting myself in a very vulnerable position by losing my independence, by being reliant. I was literally on my own. I had left Josh like 4 years. I'd been living in my van. I had been, kicking ass, and like my business was doing super well. I was making so much money, and I was like, I didn't have bills. So I just did whatever the fuck I wanted all the time. I went all over the place. I went to Washington. I went to California. I was all over Oregon in my van, and I had a fucking awesome fucking life. And in order to like share that thing of her getting half of the property, I had to give her I had to lose all of my independence. And then, like I said, she started after a month, she started acting like a kind of resentful and like I was some kind of bum that was just like mooching off of her. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? And so so then we got the property, and for the first couple of weeks, this was also known. We were moving to a place without reception. I'm still in the bus. I'm getting money as soon as we get the property. I'm literally waiting for a check to drop in my account from the government right at that moment. So I was like, I was thinking it might have been my income tax or something like that. So I was waiting on a couple of $1,000s to come in, and I was going to buy my truck. I was going to buy a truck, and I was going to buy a generator. Until then, it was literally just waiting for the check to come into my account. I need to continue using your car and your phone. And now it's even more, we're further away from society than we were at her property that she was getting evicted from. So I had to hand over my independence in order to give her half of that property. I had to give over my independence. And I am literally just now regaining it. Like, it's literally been since I started the 3 jobs. That's when it started happening. Now I'm finally I'm independent. I don't need anything from anybody. I don't need to ask anybody for money because I'm doing fine. I'm actually able, do you remember me saying that, like, I hate being in this position because I don't like asking, I don't like being in a position where I need help like this. And I'm used to being the person who helps other people. I'm used to being the one who gives money when people need it. I'm used to being the one who is gifting people's live streams or whatever the case may be, secretly. If I see someone needs some help and I can help them by sending them $50, I just do it. You know what I mean? So it sucks because I hated being in that situation. I really fucking did. Dude, there's a unicorn in the tree. Oh my God, it looks like a fucking antelope from angle. All right, am I gonna be able to find it? Don't put it on the fucking door. Oh, there it is. Okay. Do you see the 2 trees that are in the background? Do you see right in the middle of the screen, the horse head? I'm sorry, I'm shaking so much. So from this angle, okay, it's right in the middle of the screen. From this angle though, it's sticking out of the trunk of that tree on the left-hand side. It's facing to the left. From this angle, it looks like an antelope. It looks like a fucking, it's got 2 things, horns coming out of its head. And the head is more shaped like a deer from this angle, but from this angle, if I can find it. Okay, there it is. It looks like a fucking unicorn. Actually, now you can see both the things better through the camera than I can with my naked eye. But now it looks like a unicorn. Let me cover up that other horn. There. There, now it's a unicorn. Isn't that crazy? Can you guys see it? It's like in the bottom left of the screen. Anyway, could you see it? Okay, yes. When you write things in the chat, it doesn't pop up on the screen at all. I have to literally scroll and look. I have to like activate it to get it to show up. Anyway, so I handed over my independence a long time ago in 2021, okay? It was in August of 2021. I was just looking at videos this morning of that time. So in August of 2024, 2021, I handed my independence to her, and well, I just threw it away. I guess I didn't hand it to her, but I did give her power over me until about a year ago. But I'm just now back on my feet. I mean, I'm still not 100% back on my feet, you know, like I'm never know whether or not Adam's going to decide that he wants to sell the property and throw everything away. So, you know, it's unstable living there because some days he wakes up and he decides that he doesn't want to do this anymore and he just is going to give up on everything. And so, yeah, I just never know when I'm going to meet instability or a situation where I have to hurry up and find a place to live, which stresses me out quite a bit. But that's why I'm looking for, Josh and I are going to buy a house, I'm pretty sure. Over the course of this next year, we're going to buy a house. And once we buy a house, then I won't have to worry about this stuff. But until then, I want to find either a place I can rent to park my bus or a place that I can rent that I can have my bus parked at. So, open to either. I really want to work now. It's 11:30. I don't know why, but the internet has been doing, I mean, I've noticed this for a long time, since before I got Starlink, but why is the internet is the internet like satellite? Is that how we get internet and it's not just Starlink that's the satellite? Because I have noticed that, and my old school live stream people, like from when I was first live streaming on TikTok, can attest to this, but I was only able to live stream on TikTok with using only my phone service from 4 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And after that, I could no longer live stream because I couldn't get enough internet to do it at all. And that same thing happens here, except for it's right around noon. The internet just disappears completely for like a while in this room specifically. It's very frustrating. It's happening right now. dude. Let's see if it's that. When I plug my phone in, it also doesn't want to work very well. Yeah, I don't get it. Thanks for the follows. I have 190 followers. I'm on my way. My phone is